$95,000 and $110,000 a year, which is somewhere around $47.50 to $55 an hour. There are going to be opportunities that could be less, and there are going to be opportunities that could be more. We will talk about the pros and the cons of that as we move through the class, if you so desire to take the Power of the BI class. The enrollment process. All you have to do is go over to powerofthebi.com. Enrollment is open. Go over to powerofthebi.com. Enrollment is open. Click the enrollment and just go through the process. And once, even though the next class starts on July 1st, once you complete registration, you can go ahead on and get started, or you can wait till January. You can wait till July 1st. You can click the link, or you can, once you click the link and pay, you can actually go ahead and get started in the class. The first Saturday class won't take place until that weekend after July 1st. But if you want to go ahead on and get enrolled in the class, you can, and you can actually start coursework. So with that said, it's pretty simple. It's pretty cut and dry. Actually, I think the first Saturday class will not take place until the second week of class. So we will have an information. We will start class on July 1st, live and in person, and then we will start class July 1st in person, and then the next live session will be 2 weeks later. That not the Saturday after the 4th, the following Saturday. So you can reach out to us here at Power of the BI at all of our socials. We're on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and we are also on TikTok, and our website is powerofthebi.com, which you probably already, well, you should already know. And we're also out there. Our email is dev02@powerofthebi.com. dev02@powerofthebi.com. Now let's move over to the fun part. What are we getting paid to do? What are we actually getting paid to do? So here, what you see here is a dashboard. Now this is a dashboard that I created. If you follow my YouTube channel, you know that this is a dashboard that I use not all the time, but it's pretty much the fun dashboard for those guys out there that are into fantasy sports, or if they're into online gaming or online betting. Definitely here in this for this particular dashboard, we're talking about professional football, and here we're looking at quarterback statistics, quarterbacks analytics for professional football. What I really want you to get out of this, outside of fantasy football and outside of online gaming, is this. This is data, right? Every sport has data. When you talk about sports, you always talk about statistics. That's data, right? And they have data that goes back, sometimes to the early 1900s. If you're talking about baseball, the late 1800s, maybe even the mid 1800s. I don't know. But at the end of the day, I really like creating this dashboard because I like football. I like professional football, and it gives me a chance to build dashboards for something that I really like to do. And it's easier for me to explain rather than trying to explain revenue, sales, profit, and gross income and net income and all that kind of stuff when we're looking at financial data. But at the end of the day, data is data. So as long as you can interpret the data, as long as you understand what data is, you can pretty much build a dashboard with any type of build requirement that you're looking for, that you're being faced with or presented to. So here we're looking at a dashboard, and we're talking about quarterbacks. I'm not necessarily here trying to explain to you the position of quarterback. I'm not trying to explain to you the different parts of what's being analyzed. What I really want to show you is how the dashboard was created, because at the end of the day, that's how you would create it. How we create a dashboard is how we create it now. Aesthetically, you'll come into your own. You'll say, hey, I like to have, these types of visuals, and I like to have certain types of visuals. You like to use certain types of colors. And sometimes you may have a client that'll tell you like, hey, these are the colors that our company uses, and these are the visuals that we're looking for. Sometimes you'll be it'll be wide open, and you'll get to make those decisions. So what I'm going to do here in this dashboard, again, not trying to explain to you football for you guys that are not football inclined. What I am just trying to show you is how the project is, how it actually comes together. So this particular dashboard here, it's not necessarily a dashboard because we haven't published it, but we're going to call it a dashboard for the lack of any better term. But what I want to show you again is how the dashboard comes together. So we're gonna go from beginning to end of how this dashboard actually came together, or put together, and then how it came together, and then you'll get an idea of that's not that hard. What I'm telling you is this is a six-figure job. Building this dashboard is a six-figure job. So if you look at it, you could be like, it's not that hard. Yeah, it's not. That's what I'm saying. I mean, I can teach you how to do it here at the powerofthebi.com, and you will be off and running. But anyway, let me just go ahead and keep moving, and we can talk about that later. So this is the end product here. I'm gonna come to a blank screen. It's not a blank screen. So let me do this. Let me delete everything on the screen, because that would make it a blank screen. Just gonna highlight everything, hit delete. I thought I'd already done this, but it's okay. Hit delete. Hit delete. That didn't do what I wanted to do. Hit delete. So now I'm on a totally blank screen. I've just deleted everything that was on this dashboard, right? So, and this is what you would have. You would have a totally blank screen. And we're going to use several different types of visuals. We're going to use a rectangle. So I'm just going to go to insert. I'm going to use, and I'm not going to rebuild this whole project out one step at a time. I'm just giving you an idea what it looks like, because I've already got it built. I just want to show you how it's done step by step. Well, not step by step, but show you how easy it's done. So that's a rectangle that we used. We used a gauge visual. Actually, we had 3 gauges. And this one, this 2, I brought that in by that way, but I can also copy. It can be more efficient in Power BI. You don't have to always do it the long way. So we've got 3 gauge visuals. We have a table that we brought in. Table is going to look something like this. So as you see, it's just point and click, and we're just bringing in visuals. Now I'm making it sound easier than just bottom line easier than what it really is, but it's really not that hard. But I don't want to oversimplify it, because I have been doing it for a while. So I can make it sound a little bit simpler than what it really is. I'm just trying to get spacing on the page first. Then we had cards up top. A card, so basically a gauge gives you it gives you a minimum value, it gives you a maximum value, and then it gives you a call out value. So the minimum value would be to the left, the maximum value is going to be to the right, and then the call out value is going to be in the middle. And the call out value is, for instance, what we're going to see is we're going to have a quarterback, and the call out value is going to tell what that particular quarterback's actual statistics were or values were. And then it's going to show a minimum, which would be the quarterback that had the least amount to one side, and the quarterback that had the maximum amount to one side. A table is just like a spreadsheet, and basically you just have columns and rows, and then there's what it is. It's columns and rows, headers and of the columns and headers of the rows. But for the most part, it's just columns and rows. A card visual. What I just did there is I highlighted the table and I clicked card, so it changed it from a table to a card. But a card pretty much tells us, it gives us, a value of something. For instance, a speeding, how fast are you going? 70